Well, you may have to. Oh, look, see?
Hi.
Can you hear us? Testing. 1, 2, testing.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
New equipment this new year. Can you hear us now?
New year, new us, new new everything. I'm waiting for confirmation on. Oh, see what I just did? On
we
audio.
disappeared.
Nothing
What?
at all?
Oh,
Okay.
so maybe not able to hear us or see us.
Settings.
Please bear with
Camera.
us.
It says MacBook. It's on full definition.
Touch up my appearance. Well, Lottie freaking dog.
Right? We're just gonna go extreme.
Oh, look how cute I am now.
We're all fixed. It says Google Chrome is turned off. Click off. No, click camera to select. Okay. Oh. Portrait. Studio. Background. Desk view.
Studio light. I don't think that was it.
I don't either.
Studio light. Which is a little different than crystal light.
Center stage. We'll do portrait.
Let's try that one.
Is it working? Can you see me?
Can you see us now? Can you hear us now? Look, there we are.
We're on.
Yay! Brian from outside. But
People have messaged.
I hear you.
Good morning. I hear you. I can hear you and see you. Okay.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank
Deanna?
you, YouTube. I appreciate it. You can follow. Okay. So let's start it up again.
Hi.
We, first of all, are in full of sport or all sorts. I said sports in all sorts this morning. I cannot wait, first and foremost, to school start back again. Thank you. She is the one on YouTube. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, queen. Thank you, Deanna.
We love when the fans are involved. That's nice.
Yes, 100%. But with that said, we're on all sorts this morning as we're trying to get back and get geared back into Warren First, get back in the swing of things. But school does not really officially start back up for most folks until Tuesday. Monday is when teachers are coming in and teachers are getting their classrooms ready. I know some are getting them ready today.
Yeah, I think some never stopped.
Yeah,
but-
some never stop. Oh, look, 13 people. There we go.
All right, now we're cooking with gas.
So, but there is so much to talk about on the show. Good morning, Brian. Thank you all for listening and being a part of our show. And again, thanks to Deanna again. Love y'all. Thank you for what all y'all do. Well, thank you, Kimberly. I appreciate you. But it has been a great break, first and foremost. We've had Christmas, we've had New Year's, all the 3-4+ festivities. And how was your holiday break?
Relaxing. I started getting caught up on all the photography.
Yes, you did.
David, so right now I am working on the Dottie West concert pictures from last year. I didn't go to this year. And from and working on Tunnel to Towers from
My gosh.
there's stuff in there from 2019 and 2021. And my husband goes, "You haven't done that yet?" I'm like, "Look, I'm kept busy, but I cleared a lot of things off my plate. I reprioritized, which I do every year.
Right.
I sit back and I evaluate what in my life. It's that old thing but it's supposed to be with stuff, but you're supposed to hold it. If it doesn't bring you joy, get rid of it. I do that with people.
You're Maria Kondo'd it. I got you.
Speaking of people that still bring me joy, here comes my husband.
Oh, he didn't have to come in.
Well, he has to be here at 10. I think we're really off to a late start this morning.
We
That's
are.
okay because we're here and that's all that matters.
It does.
But I did go through and pick out the trips where I want to go this year, got that situated. But I went through and I said, okay, I'm not making the progress I want with this organization. I'm going to put this on the back burner because I'm just so busy and so overwhelmed. And I've got surgery next week, which is going to put me behind.
Yes.
So
Put yourself on that prayer list.
I know. So it's just a matter of just rearranging some things. And, Mary Poppins is starting up soon. Rehearsals for that start Monday.
Oh.
We have a potential rehearsal space, but I just got word for those of you who have been waiting for an adult production, Warren Arts is also hosting or not hosting, doing auditions on Monday, January 6th from 6 to 8 for the show, The Trip to Bountiful. This was a movie. Actually, I think there's been two versions of this as a movie. They're going to be doing the play. And that is from 6 to 8. They are looking for actors 18 and up, 4 females, 4 males.
Is up for the parts. Right?
Yes.
Okay.
So if you have been wanting to get into theater work, trying something new, this is the time.
Yeah.
Get back in it. I mean, that was my New Year's resolution this year, was to continue what I've been doing, which is embracing the parts of myself that I have lost as I became a mom. As you know, once you become a mother, your needs and your wants get put to the back, and your whole
100%.
life become about your kids. And
it's because we choose that. It's not because we want to do that.
Right.
You know? It's
Yes.
nothing bad.
Yeah, it's nothing bad. That's one
You
thing.
should learn that over there in the corner.
And that's one thing. I see a lot of hatred on TikTok from these feminists about these women who are choosing this lifestyle to be a housewife and cook for their husbands. And that's not 100% me, but if that's what makes you happy, I say do it.
100%. I support. We should with that. We should support each other and lift each other up, and not bring each other down. If that's what you want to do, and I say this all the time, you do you, boo.
That's it. And that's where I am. And, but that's where I started doing the photography again, and I started getting back on the stage. And I encourage everybody else to do that too. If you used to be, big into dance when you were younger, get back into it.
Dance like nobody's watching. If you don't want to become in Broadway, just be in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Do your thing.
We've got these dance studios. Just to figure out who you used to be.
Yes.
And embrace that again, because I think that we lose ourselves.
Exactly.
We do.
And me and you were talking on the phone, and then we'll move to the next thing. Is what is your, I'm going to take the Taylor Swift thing. What is your era this year? Like, what are you going to do for yourself? And
I think I'm still in my feral mom era.
Okay.
I really just, my son, right before Christmas, got his permit, but because he is 18, he didn't have to wait a year. So yesterday day before yesterday, he went and got his license. So now he's driving around in my car,
and it's like giving you a huge
infractions.
load off.
It is. I'm like, no, it was yesterday, because then he drove to work, realized he didn't need to be there, and then I sent him on a dinner run. So
oh,
go get
nice.
food. This is great, because I'm really not leaving the house. My pain level is out of control, and I'm trying to sit and be as still as
probably
possible.
Makes it worse. But but you had family come in from out of town. Your daughter.
Yes. Well, that was at Thanksgiving. She was here.
Shout out to Ellie.
Yes. And she's doing very well, and she's very happy up there. And we've been actually talking a lot.
The holidays have brought y'all closer this year.
Yes.
I love it.
And Matt ended up having to work on Christmas Day, which was fine. We knew that when he took this job at the movie theater.
Yeah.
And I'm happy that we have a place in town, because not everybody has families. Not everybody celebrates Christmas, and everything shuts down. For the longest time when I was growing up, we never did. Mom never cooked dinner for Thanksgiving and Christmas. Thanksgiving and Christmas, we went out for Chinese food.
Yeah.
And for a long time, on Thanksgiving Eve or Christmas Eve, that's what we would do.
Yeah. And it's still a family tradition in a sense.
Unfortunately, now all our Chinese restaurants are closing for those holidays, but
and it's okay.
But I wanted to, I'm going to share this with you guys.
Sure.
And I feel kind of silly doing this, because I'm 45 years old, but then I have a severe ADD. I have anxiety. I have fibromyalgia, which messes with my brain memory bank. And I found this app. I kept getting advertised. I'm like, I'm going to give it a try. And it's called Finch. And it basically helps you organize your tasks. For those of us who grew up in the 90s and 2000s, if you remember the Tamagotchi thing where you had to feed this creature, it would die. It's kind of like that. Only you take care of your creature by taking care of yourself.
Okay.
So you can go in and you can set your own goals. Like when I first started, and you can do it based like, are your goals more mental health? Is your goals more physical health? And so I'm opening it for the first time today, but you can go in here and it's like, how motivated are you for today? And you can just pick, I'm feeling pretty motivated.
Yeah.
But see, I create, it's just a bunch of stuff that I keep forgetting to do or I really want to focus on. But even one of them is that they put in there, and I didn't take it out because I thought this is a good one, was do one thing that makes me happy.
Oh.
And when you do, which I'm going to go ahead and check that off because I'm doing one thing that makes me happy. I'm right here. I'm on this air with Kelly. But anyway, you can just set your own goals. And as you do your goals,
You click
it gives you little energy. And see, this is my little bird. I named her Henrietta. And it gives you energy, and you can buy little accessories and stuff for. But I mean, I thought this is the silliest thing, but it really has helped
It's
me.
got you going.
Yes, and I mean, I've got to remember to take my medicine because that's a big thing with me.
Yeah, it
Drinking
is.
water, that's another big thing. I have to remember to put my socks on. I am supposed to wear socks all
I
the
hate
time,
socks.
and I hate socks, so I've got that in there. But it's really
I
neat.
have
So
eczema feet, so I don't care to admit that. They bother me.
yeah.
But
But yeah, so if you're looking for a New Year's resolution and a way to get your goals
and to stay on
started,
task.
yes. So it's called Finch and it's an app, and it is free. There's a pay option, but you can just do it for free, and it's really
It's neat.
It's really helped. So if you're looking for help keeping your New Year's resolutions and getting more organized, or working on your mental health,
Yeah. And shout out to Deanna Kinsey again. Having kids with DL, is that what that says? Is awesome. I don't know what that means.
I don't know, with having kids
With, it looks like DL or DI.
I don't know.
Or maybe AD is what she was supposed to write. I don't know. Wish I still had that. Ha 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 ha.
Okay, we need clarification, Deanna, if you're still with us.
If you're, she's
Yeah.
next door.
Oh, well, if you're since you're next door and you're watching this, please explain. We were very curious.
But so many things have happened, and I want while we
Oh,
got
there's been so
everybody
much
on
drama
here,
in town.
it's time for the hot topic.
Yes, let's do it.
And I'm never ashamed to talk about hot stuff, and I want to know that I'm going to call it a forest fire on social media. An incident happened on New Year's night. And everybody was messaging me, have you heard? Have you heard? And I didn't get the
Same.
messages until the next day. And I did see that, a shout out to the Warren County emergency
Hunter
notification.
Raines. They were
Hunter
on top
Raines.
of it.
They were on top of it. Shout out to everybody that was on top of this. And I want to say before I read the statement from the Warren County Sheriff's Department, no matter what the situation is, there was a person hurt, and we all know that Greg Rigsby was shot.
Yes.
That's definite, and that's the one thing I can confirm. He is fighting for his life right now, and no matter what the situation is, no one should lose their life over this or whatever
No.
the situation is, and we need to put him on your prayer list. As I do know that he did wake up this morning and he's talking.
Well, that's good.
And so, but he's got a long battle to fight. I don't know any more than that. Last night he was getting his kidneys worked on. I know that he might have to, I've been told that he also might have to have a colostomy bag and all this
I've
other
heard that
things.
also,
So,
yeah.
and somebody asked me, do you know if he's going to be able to walk? I do not know that. I don't know that for sure, but we do need to keep him in our thoughts and prayers, because this situation of somebody getting hurt that bad in this, it's just sad. But with that said,
Well, and let me also say this, and this is me saying this because I'm a little bit protective of Warren first, and I'm very protective. I've gotten very protective of Kelly.
yes, she
And I
has.
know that when she first reported this, she didn't have a lot of details, and she just put on the Warren Facebook
to let people know that I knew about it.
right, that something is happening. We're on top of it. We're trying to figure it out. And there were a lot of hateful comments. Y'all, calm down, please. Look, I know that people get impatient, but that impatience is where the media gets out of control, because then they start just putting out whatever to feed the frenzy. And it's most of the time not fact. And years later, that misinformation is still perceived as fact. We've talked about this on air before. Most of what people know about Columbine was created by the media and is not actually what happened. Same thing with Sandy Hook, because people get impatient. And Warren First is not going to do that. We will tell you what we know for fact from the authorities,
Yeah.
not from people, not from the rumor mill, not even from family members, from the authorities that are investigating. As they tell us, she or I or whoever it is will tell you. But we ask for you to please be patient, please be kind, please be understanding, because we aren't going to put out the rumors.
No.
We aren't going to put out information that's not verified, and we're not going
Yes.
to
Thank you.
feed the drama.
Speaking the truth. Yes. Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you so much.
Driver's license. Oh,
Yeah, she's
having
done.
kids with a driver's license is awesome. Yeah.
Yes, it is.
It's very nice. He
I
was
can't
all too
wait.
happy to go to Subway and pick up dinner last night. I was like, go.
You
have
can
fun.
do it.
He goes, I don't know where I'm going. I said, that's part of the adventure. Good luck.
Exactly.
Pushed him out the door.
So with that said, the our sheriff Matheny, he issued a immediate release statement on January the 2nd, which we did also share to you guys. It said on December the 31st, 2024, just before midnight, the Warren County Sheriff's deputies were dispatched to the location on Grove Road, located in Warren County, Tennessee, in response to a male who had been shot. Upon arrival, Gregory Brent Rigsby, a 50-year-old white male, was found lying on the ground with an apparent gunshot wound to his abdomen. The deputy immediately detained the shooter, Justin Edward Keener, a 37-year-old white male, without incident. While emergency aid was being rendered to the victim was transported by EMS to the River Park Hospital, where he was later transferred for further treatment. Warren County Sheriff investigators are currently investigating the incident, and the investigation is ongoing. At this time, no charges have been filed against the individual involved in the shooting. Upon completion, the investigation, it will be turned over to the District Attorney General for his review and ultimate charging decision. As this is an active investigation, further details may be released on a later date. So, again, that is what we know for
Right.
sure.
Now-
we don't know why they shot, why Justin shot. We don't know.
Right.
We've heard speculation
We have.
that, but at the same time, I do want to touch base on one thing I did see on social media, because, and I know Melody and my husband also had, I call it go at it, not in a bad way.
No.
But Melody and some people are under the understanding of, that, the shooting in self-defense. Some
Yes,
clarification.
that is what I am hearing, is that it
Yeah.
was in self-defense. We
But
don't know
We
that.
can't confirm, but
And
but that's what was speculated
and her-
online.
And her husband was gracious enough to clarify what self-defense is in the state of Tennessee. You don't have to have a weapon in hand for it to be a case of self-defense.
No.
And that's where our prayers need to come in, because the investigators have to investigate this and have to determine all of this
Yes.
based on the evidence. And
Yes.
here's another thing that I would like to go over, because we keep hearing this over and over again. People want to complain about our district attorney, about our attorneys in general, about our judges. You guys have to understand, their purpose is to uphold the law as it is written. There is only so much they can do, that sometimes they don't like, that they can't prosecute
They can't
because
control it.
Right.
Yeah.
They don't agree with the law always, but their job is to uphold the law,
And
not
due
to
process
rewrite
and
it.
procedures and everything. Yeah.
Right. Not to rewrite it, not to go against it. So when you guys get mad, and you have a right to be mad, but you're getting mad at the wrong person, you may be getting mad at the wrong person, because it may not be that they don't want to prosecute your case, or that they didn't prosecute it the way you wanted. They can only prosecute within the realm of their job description, of what
Correct.
they're able to do. So bear that in mind when these cases are being tried, when these cases go to court and you don't get the outcome that you thought there should be, or that you thought should have happened. It may be because of how our laws are written, and that's way above their pay grade.
And and if you really want to see how the laws and things are done here in the state of Tennessee, there's a website for that.
Yes.
And
it's hard to read, and it's hard to understand.
And if you don't understand it and you have a friend, we live in a great land of technology right now. Whether you use Google AI or Apple AI, you can ask one of them, like, hey, so-and-so, because I don't want to say it and freak out your phones. Can you look up and explain to me what this means?
Right.
And then they're gonna, you're gonna find something. So before you jump into the crazy rabbit hole that we all can happen, I've done it before.
I know.
Melody's
I
done it
have.
before. You need to I always say this, check yourself first and make sure you're not going down that hole, because
Right.
you don't want to be like, oh my gosh, girl, did you hear? Oh my, let's go. No, we don't need to do that. And
Right.
that's what I want to say. The integrity of Warren First 931, it will always be about is facts before fiction. And I want to make clear that, and, to everybody that doesn't like that, I want to say I'm sorry. I apologize for that, but I don't want to lose that integrity and, become something that y'all don't like. And so I want to keep that. But again, when we get more details on the situation, we will definitely tell you what we have found out, what we know of, like coming up, for example, and we'll wrap it up. Chris Stafford's case is coming up next week.
Yes, it is Tuesday of next week.
And can you explain what that is so everybody
this is just
knows?
the preliminary. All this is, Chris doesn't even need to be there, because all it is them going before, entering in a plea, which his lawyer can cover, and then getting a date for trial.
Yes.
And as soon as we have that date, we will share that date with you on the page, on air,
because
wherever
Melody
we are.
was going to go on this, so
Yes,
we
I
can get the right straight facts from everything. But then when we found out it's just a preliminary to set the date,
There's really no point in me
There's no
being there.
point of
It's
us
going to
being
take
there.
10, 15 minutes after sitting there for an hour
Yes.
waiting his turn.
Yes.
So, but as soon as we have that date, we will be on top of that, and we'll just see how things go. But I wanted to tell y'all, and I put this on the page, and I was talking to Kelly.
Oh yeah.
But
Yesterday.
here's the final thought on all of this: is to stay away from negative people. They have a problem for
Preach.
every solution.
But we love you. I want
we
you to
do,
know
we
at the same
do,
time
but
we love
I'm
you.
just
I
saying,
laugh
you gotta-
about it, but we love you
I
at the
know.
same time. Because something's got to make the world go around, right?
Yes.
With that said, I'm going to first bring on Brian,
Okay.
because he's going to explain our next special guest. Because with the bad, there's always a ton of good that I think needs to always be highlighted as the sun gets. Come on in, Brian.
Happy New Year, Warren County.
Yeah.
What
Love
a great
it.
Christmas season we had.
No,
What a
you were
one-
so busy.
busy.
I was busy.
I mean, all of us were.
But it's great to be back
Yes.
and great to start the new year off on a good Friday. Yay.
Yay!
Make sure to like and subscribe.
Warren First 931.
We need you to share. We've got a great story that you guys are getting ready to be witness to.
Yes. So Brian talked to Melody and Melody talked to me, and then Brian called me back. It was like a nice little telephone game we were playing. And I go, you know what, Brian? I had two people back out. You call her and see if she come in. And so tell everybody who we are going to be seeing.
Well, one of the unique things about where we live is there's just so many talented folks.
There really are.
So many wonderful people that make this community great. And we have all these hidden jewels.
Mhm.
And I was watching my girls at the Warren County Middle School do their 7th grade band performance.
Yeah.
And this is hand of God, guys. The youth minister at the church that I attend was sitting in the row behind me, but he wasn't sitting directly behind me.
Yeah.
So I was having a conversation with him, and I was telling
And
him
Brian was like 4 rows behind me. So
Yeah,
we were all over the place. But anyway,
so I was telling him about, it's a shame we don't have more children do all-state music. And all-state music, for those of you that don't know what it is, it's basically college level music. It's music that children are given to grow, and the all-state system is a competition, and it qualifies the best musicians and vocalists. So if you're in the band and whatever instrument you play, you learn these performance pieces, and then you perform them to judges, and then you're scored on that, and that's how you're ranked. And if you go to college and you audition for a choir spot or or any type of music scholarship and band or anything, one of the first things that the instructors or the people who are doing your evaluation are going to ask you is, where did you place in all-state? And so unfortunately, we don't have a lot of people who know about that in this system. And that's one of the things that it's really hard to do.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of coordination, and it takes a lot of effort. And we're very blessed to have the band directors and the choir directors that we have here, but they're stretched thin.
Yeah.
But the ones who really want to go to college and do music as their major, this is a great opportunity for them to learn actual pieces that's going to propel them into
Yeah.
college level music. And
And
so,
more opportunities, right?
yeah, so we were very fortunate at the middle school to have 2 young people
That's right.
make it in the middle school level, and that was Mr. Benji Spanger and Miss Ellie Sutton.
That's right.
And we're very
we
very
talked
fortunate.
about that on the
and,
show.
and
Yes.
and the Warren County Middle School made a post about it, and it was very exciting. And so congratulations to them.
Yes.
But just where I was sitting, there was a gentleman sitting behind me, and I was telling the youth minister just how sad it is that not many kids do this. And he said, "Well, we do have one." And at the high school, I turned around and said, "Really?" And I said, "What chair did they place?" I said, "First chair." And I was like, "What? And we're not
Yeah.
hearing about this? The
Yeah.
Warren County school system hasn't put this information out?
Yes.
This is something to be celebrated."
Yeah.
And it just so happens it was his daughter. So
Oh.
hand of God, this gentleman was sitting right behind me. And
that was God.
Leave it up to a proud parent to sit there and boast and brag. I mean,
Yes.
seriously, because we will tell you all about our kids.
These kids do not brag about themselves, that's a humble thing. But at the same time, like, you need to brag on yourselves.
Yeah, because you've worked for it.
Yes.
Well, I think you and I have talked about the fact that my mother was a musical prodigy, and I did not know until after she passed, and I found all of the paperwork. My
Yeah.
whole life, I had no idea. She was in 6th grade and placed first chair in the high school band.
See?
that,
And I'm like, why did she not tell anybody that?
well, we're very blessed. And for those of you who may not know, McMinnville is really a great historical point for music in the state, because we have one of the greatest musical minds ever to be from here, Mr. Charles Faulkner Bryan, who died young
Yes.
in life. But if you ever want to know what he's known for, just Google the Bell Witch Cantata.
Yeah.
You'll be amazed when you look at all the history behind just that one man alone.
Oh, yeah.
And if you go to the state capitol and go to the Bicentennial Mall behind it, you, along with Dolly Parton and Johnny Cash and all the great Tennesseans, that his name is etched in stone in the Bicentennial.
Oh, that's neat. I didn't know
Mall.
that.
Oh yeah, and so we're very blessed to have that musical heritage. But the thing is, people have to know about it, and we're very blessed, ladies and gentlemen, to have Miss Emma Kirby here today. She is a first chair in the flute in the silver division of Middle Tennessee.
I'm going to let her take it.
We're going to
Yeah.
rearrange because
Yeah,
we
we're
want to
gonna
have.
I'm going to run across the street and get some cookies. Braxton,
Okay.
coming for you. Do you want a
Come on.
cookie?
Yes.
Come on over, Emma. We're going to have you right here
Banana
in the
pudding
middle.
would be preferable.
We're going to have you because you're the star here.
Come on, Starlet. Come on. Yeah, cookie time. So, Emma, is it?
Yeah.
So, how excited are you? Don't be nervous. This is going to be so easy. But I mean, how long have you played the flute?
Well, I played flute since 5th grade.
Oh my gosh! Now, is
Yeah.
that something that you always wanted to play, or
No, when I first joined, I didn't even know like all the instruments. I just wanted to be in band, but I didn't even know like much about the flute like at all.
yeah?
Now, you started at Centertown, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Tell us how you got started and who was your teacher then?
Well, I mean, they just made the announcement over the intercom, and I was just at that time I was in a bunch of different clubs too, and I was just like, well, I'll just try this out too, you know. And at the time, Mr. Jacobs was my director, and he made it like really seem really exciting. I was like, okay, this sounds really cool.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mr. Nathan Jacobs, who's
Yeah.
now at the Warren County Middle School,
Oh, okay.
the genesis of this prodigy right here. Now,
Aw.
Emma, what grade are you in now?
I'm 11th grade.
11th
Just
grade.
a junior. God bless it.
I know, just
so
a junior
fragile.
and landing first chair.
Yeah.
So you've been playing since 5th grade. Did you start off playing the flute in 5th
Yeah.
grade? Okay. And where, with being a junior, where are you at right now in your music? Tell us about what band is like at the high school.
Yeah.
Well, at the high school, we have a bunch of different we have like 3 main concerts. We have like, of course, the Christmas concert. We have a concert festival, and then we also have working bands.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
So the music it's like not as challenging as like the mid-state auditions, but it's still like pretty challenging.
So tell us about the mid-state auditions. When did you get your music? How long did it take you to practice? Walk us
Do
through
they
what
give
it's
you
like.
the music?
Yeah,
that
they
you-
gave me the audition music like probably sometime in October, maybe.
Okay.
I don't know, it was a couple months before the audition. And then I practiced like, if I didn't practice every day, I practiced every other day because it was just
Oh,
so
wow.
hard. And I had so many private lessons too, and all
Yeah.
these like different things I went to, and everyone helped me a lot. So
So when she says, when you're talking about private lessons, like was this added on to what you were already doing prior to?
yeah,
Oh, wow. So not only were you practicing with the band after school every day?
I also had private lessons with like for like an hour, hour and a half, stuff like that.
Wow.
And those are the lessons on top of everything.
Yeah.
And Emma's being very modest here. She's in several bands. And Emma, tell us about the other groups that you perform with.
Well, I'm also in the Silver and Gold community band.
Oh, yay.
All right.
And I'm also in the Ethos Youth Symphony, and that's it.
Tell us about the Ethos Youth Symphony.
Oh, it's so cool. There's not that many people in it, but I don't know. The director there is like really focused on like these small details,
Mhm.
and I don't know. I've already learned so much, and I've only went to like 2 rehearsals, I think.
Wow.
Wow.
So
So impressive.
So she's doing all this extra stuff because obviously she loves what she does. And how many hours a day do you think you practice?
If it's not like at school, I probably I like to practice an hour or at least like 30 minutes a day.
Oh, just to get in, like it's your quiet time. Like I'm
Yeah.
just gonna zone out.
Yeah.
I love it. What's one of your favorite pieces to play?
I don't know. Well, I've just started looking at like flute, like solos.
Uh-huh.
Like sometimes like it'll be like with a duet with like a piano or something. But I really like Concertino by Cecile Chaminade. I just
Oh, Chaminade,
yeah. Yeah, I know that one. Like
yeah.
it sounds like something else, but you're not allowed to drink yet. So yeah, Robin gets me. It sounds like a fancy wine.
Yes.
But no, I love how you seem so inspired, and people that are watching this, and maybe kids that are in 5th or 4th or 6th grade, what can you tell them, like words of wisdom, if they want to have like this same goal?
Well, honestly, when I first started flute, I couldn't even make a sound out of it. So I had to practice so much. So I would just say practice, and even if it's like super duper boring, because it's going to be boring. But after you practice, like all those hours will add up
Yeah.
to like, because when I joined the high school band, like I thought it was like super duper hard, and I wouldn't even be able to make it. But I practiced so much that I could do it. So,
Yeah.
and also, I think you should go look at like some of the high school football games and like watch like the halftime show, because I never even saw, like my first football game was probably like when I performed there.
Okay.
So I didn't even know what it was.
Yeah, that makes good sense. Like if your kid is like musically inclined and they want to get in something, like my son, we've done, I saw them perform at the Tree City Festival,
Uh-huh.
right?
Yeah.
And that is all, it's not really about competition. It's about friendly getting together and showing your talents,
Yeah.
like showcasing. So if you have a kid out there that's interested in these things, like she said, go to the football games, go to the festivals, go to like the porkin bands,
Yeah.
all these things that they offer to show your child, because you never know what doors you may open.
And one of the cool things about Warren County is they've got different types of bands. And are you in the jazz band?
No.
I didn't know
Yeah.
about flute being in the jazz band, but they have the jazz band, they have the marching band, and right now you guys are learning your concert music right now.
Yeah.
So, okay, excellent.
Yeah.
Now at the middle school performance they had a few weeks ago, I got to meet Mr. Hargis, the band director, and I don't know if he's tagged the interim band director,
Yeah.
but he's a really interesting,
Oh, yeah.
fun guy, and you can see the young people. I don't want to call them kids, but the young people love his energy and enthusiasm, and he's got great hair too.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, talk about your band directors that have influenced you.
Wow. First of all, Mr. Jacobs again. Like
Yeah.
he also plays flute, So he really made it like super interesting,
Yeah.
and he kind of inspired me a little bit. And then after him, excuse me, and then Miss Hillis she also plays flute, and she's helped me so much
Yeah.
throughout like mid-state and stuff like that. And Farnham has like he would spend as much time as he wanted to like help me.
Yeah.
Like, and yeah, he just
the people you've put in place to like the special tutoring or the special rehearsals after getting you to the point where you're at today.
yeah.
Because I feel like when you see, like, for example, when you find the thing that you absolutely love, it really doesn't turn into work anymore.
No.
Yeah,
Right.
it's just like really fun. Like I don't even think about like I have to practice. I
Yeah.
just like doing it.
Now, do you know who Weird Al Yankovic is?
No.
Robin. Okay, so he was made fun of as a child playing the accordion, right? Is that what that thing's called?
Yes.
Say, I don't. Yeah. And then he decided to, because he loved playing it so much, and now he's this very popular artist that plays. He changes songs up. You need your mom to instead
of Michael Jackson's "Beat It," he changed it to "Eat,
Eat
It."
It.
Oh.
Like you're eating all this food, it's so great. But I think, if there's something that you love, you can just go the sky's the limit.
Yeah.
100%.
Well, so speaking of the future, what would you like to do? Where do you see yourself? Do you see yourself going to college on a music scholarship, playing in the band, playing in
What's the
orchestra?
end game?
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, I guess it just depends how good I get like my senior year and then auditioning for all these colleges. But I don't know. My dream is to like travel the world and like perform at all these different places.
Oh,
but
you'll
I
do
don't
it.
know if
No, that's your
that
dream, girl. You just said it. That's it.
I see her going on tour with a college over to Europe and
Yeah.
playing the great cathedrals and venues of Europe and all over.
I always say, to me, I feel like you're just enjoying the ride, and then whatever open door happens, you're like enjoying each opportunity, right?
Yeah.
And that's why I always say, if there's ever a door open, there's always just explore it. You never know what next. It's all about, I learned as I got older, it's all about networking and making those long-lasting connections.
Yeah.
And then by me starting something like this, like being in the radio, I had connections. And then I started this and met Brian, met Melody, and it keeps growing. And if and if something's meant to be, it's going to happen.
And I know your parents have put a lot of time and
Oh,
effort
yeah.
into helping you out.
Shout out to your parents for sure.
Yes. And then you have a younger sibling, a younger brother.
Oh, yeah.
What does he play?
He plays trumpet and he just joined band too.
Awesome.
Oh.
Awesome. Well, see your influence and the things you're doing. And the thing is, do you want to give a shout out to any of your people? Because I know my daughters are in the band and their people, all their friends are in the band too. So do you want to give a shout out or say anything to your folks?
Yeah, shout out to the whole Warren County High School band
Yeah.
and Hargis.
And Hargis.
Yes.
We're going to have him on if Sarah Cantrell ever lets us.
And Farnham, don't forget Mr. Farnham.
Yeah, we would love to be able to
We
interview
appreciate
you
your
guys.
service, sir.
We'd love to have them on.
Because
And
isn't he still serving right now? Yeah, he's still serving his time.
yeah, I know it's been maybe a little bit different this year than it has in
Yeah.
years past with that, but everything seems to be going okay with it.
Yeah.
I love it. Now she has, in case y'all want to hear, I'm so grateful. She's gonna play something for us. What are you gonna play for us today?
I'm gonna play my mid-state audition, one of the songs.
Ooh,
Awesome.
I love it.
Now we're going to get James a shot here, ladies and gentlemen, and get her in. But we'll get your music stand and get you set up here.
Yeah, look, here's her momager. Momager.
I'll take you. Go ahead and stand up.
Yeah, and we'll
Move
just.
this back.
This is all you, boo.
Now, do you need to stand or sit? Okay. Put this in the shot.
Yeah.
Let's see. There you
Make sure
are.
we get
We'll make
you.
sure. Do we need to mic a little?
I do need to change the view right quick so everybody can see her pretty face. Let's see. Yeah. That is not what I want. What is that?
Is that the fish eye?
I don't know. I want to do.
Bear with us, ladies and gentlemen. This is a Warren First first, and
It is.
you're
And
gonna be our first performer.
Really?
Yes.
yeah, you are. It's just blurry. I'm trying to get because it's focusing on us. I think what I'm gonna have to
You
do.
want to scoot back?
You scoot up.
We can always change the angle. There you go.
Yeah, now people can see you. I'm gonna take my headphones off. I'm giving her the stage.
Ladies and gentlemen, our very own Warren County High School 11th grader, Miss Emma Kirby, our first chair Mid-Tennessee State flautist. Did I say that right?
Yes.
Flautist. Oh, yes. Do you mind if I steal your music
Oh,
for
yeah,
a
yeah, I
moment?
don't care.
Ladies and gentlemen,
This looks like. What did you do?
this is technical work. This is, and you can tell from all the notes, she is very serious about her craft.
What did this say? Don't squat. Don't what?
Squeak.
Don't squeak. Look at that. You even critique yourself. God love it.
Oh,
We're our own worst critic.
ladies and gentlemen, Miss Emma Kirby. Thank you, Emma.
Thank you for having me.
Well, it's an honor to have a first chair
Yes.
silver band
Yeah.
Mid-10 State.
This is an honor.
Champion, chair holder.
Yes.
So, wonderful job.
That was beautiful, by the way.
Thank you.
I couldn't do that. Okay, I sing, and I know, like, there's a lot of breathing involved. And then when I, sing, that's when a certain way. Is there a certain breathing technique you have to do? I'm just curious.
Well, I did have to expand my lungs a lot, and I have to practice the long tones because sometimes there's certain phrases you have to play, and I just can't do it sometimes. So I do have to kind of work on that a little bit.
Okay. Well,
trumpet's really, really hard because you have to have a lot of commercial muscles.
yeah, I gotcha. Well, congratulations. And then, if your mom wants to do some videoing when you go and perform, send it to us. We'd love to, I'll call her mom later to do a little interview so we can showcase you in our newsletter.
Okay, thank you.
But we do need to get a picture of you.
Okay.
Hold on. I need to get a picture of her. Where do you want to go? Where do we want to go? Go by the door. Go by the pretty door. Brian,
I
take
got you.
over.
Hey, folks, that's what Warren County is all about. Oh, thank you. I'm getting cookies handed to me, and that's wonderful. Also want to thank Cumberland Biscuit Company for all that they do, and thank you, Tops, for allowing us to use the Top studio this morning.
Absolutely.
Yes, I got my new Cumberland Biscuit mug. It comes with free refills, to my understanding. But yes, I think that's what it is. It's a really nice mug. I mean, and there's a surprise on bottom, is what I found out. So, and it's a good surprise. So you'll like that. So again, we want to thank Miss Emma Kirby and her family for allowing her to come out today. And Warren County Schools, you got to start letting folks know about this kind of wonderful news, because
Absolutely.
this needs to be celebrated. So thank
Showcase
you, Emma
the
Kirby.
arts.
Thank you.
Yeah. Let's get reset.
We're resetting. Oh, there's stuff in the cup now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here.
Oh.
Hey,
All right.
so he was talking about Tops and Cumberland, and I'm going to spill the beans about something.
What about?
On New Year's.
Scooch over for a sec. Let's get this.
This is the shot that we call Beauties and the Beast.
Stop it. Stop it.
So the one and only daughter of the wonderful owners of Tops and Cumberland got engaged on New Year's Eve.
gosh, Maddie.
Yes, a long time coming.
Oh.
We all knew that he was the one because they're so perfect together, and he's
Yeah.
actually about to join the Air Force.
Yeah.
And yeah, so congrats to Maddie.
Congrats, Maddie. Oh my God.
And congrats to Eric's parents for getting like the best daughter-in-law ever.
Yes, you really have. She is like a
Major
gem.
upgrade. She
A
is.
gem.
She's fantastic.
I love it.
So
Oh, so Deanna Kinsey says, beautiful Emma, bravo.
David, that was
Hey.
So,
a wonderful performance. And
yeah, even though it was like a short piece, it was still great.
well, think of what immense pressure these students have going to perform for judges that they don't know.
Oh, yeah.
And when
Yeah.
I did it as a kid, not as a musician, but as a vocalist, the judges were behind a screen, so you didn't get to see them.
Yeah.
So yeah. Oh, Melanie made reference. Have you?
Yeah, we haven't talked about him yet. So, here,
yeah,
let
I'm
me
not
get
just
him.
talking to the floor, y'all.
Yeah, so
Look, we have a new friend.
we do.
We have a mascot, temporary mascot.
Temporary. Okay, so
Hi, Bubby. Hey, Warren.
here's my friend. His name is Warren.
Kelly and Warren are color coordinated this morning.
We are. He is a Yorkie mix. He is from the Animal Rescue. He is currently
Shout
in
out to
a
Holly Cox and all of the
Yes.
hard work she does.
yes. He is currently in a foster
Nervous?
care. Now he was actually surrendered over this past Saturday. A homeless person had four of these total: 2 Yorkies and 2 Chihuahuas, and he they found him and the others behind the Tractor Supply Company. So if you saw Holly's post, this is one of 4 of the dogs. And I got him groomed. I have taken care of him so far.
Yes,
Shout
he's
out
got-
to Angel from Furry Tales. He was all matted up. He's a little shy right now. He doesn't
He's
like
a bit
getting his
overwhelmed by
picture. Yeah.
everything. Yeah.
But he is a really good dog. He's about 8 to 10 years old. He has, as of yesterday, got his vet appointment in. He is.
Thank you to Dr. Michelle.
Thank you, Dr. Michelle at Sparta Vet. He is neutered. He was already neutered before.
Thank you, whoever
Yeah.
did that, for being a responsible pet
Mhm.
owner.
But he is up to date on his shots as of yesterday. And see, he keeps clinging to me the wrong side. But anywho, but he's
I'll go
a
look at Brian. Hi.
say hi, Brian.
You are
um,
so cute.
He's
I
very
don't do
calm
boy dogs,
natured.
but you
He
sure
is
are
a
cute.
lap dog. He just started getting out of his cage
Oh, no,
and
okay.
going around to the other animals. He has hung out with Great Dane,
that one.
that's 17, because we were trying to help him get acclimated to
Boy,
other
he's just all
animals.
zeroed in on Brian.
Yeah.
He's like, that guy's got a furry face like me.
hmm And he is kind of friendly to cats. My cat is not has hissed at him, but not has scratched at him. But he is up for adoption, and he is just as precious can be. He's a sweetheart. He and by the way, he's been around my daughter and my son, and so I mean it's a fully loaded house there, and he lets Randy Jane poke at him, and he does not nip at her because I know
So does
everybody.
he nip at the cat or does the cat nip at him?
The cat nips at him.
So then he's cat friendly. It's the
Yeah.
cat that has to
The cat has to adjust. And
Yeah,
so if you
so-
have a cat, whether it's an old one or a new one, because all my animals are old. My cat is almost 20 years old. My dog is 17 years old. And my youngest one that I have at the house is Bailey, and he's 5. So, and I guess he's in his 21s. He is an adult to his own taste. But this guy is looking for a home. I do know that there is a potentially of 2 possibilities of adoption right now in process for him. But if they don't pan out and you are looking for an easygoing dog to start in your home, this is the way to do it, guys. And again, he is as sweet as can be. He, he's only, if anything, nipped one time, and that was the day one we brought him in to visit the other dogs,
Yes.
and they wanted to smell their butts, and he didn't like it. So he just did.
Honestly, I'd snip at somebody if they try to sniff my butt too. I mean, that's just awkward.
I mean, and all he
Just
really
saying,
did, all he
I
really
got to
did.
scoot. I just got
Oh.
summoned to my next gig.
You're fine.
We're trying to get Mary Poppins off the ground. So I'm going to let
Good
Brian
luck.
take over because he is
Switch
perfectly
seats.
capable of
Now you're in the
doing
second seat.
No,
Welcome to the second seat of Warren First.
they haven't voted me off the island yet.
No. But Warren has been sitting here the whole time in his bed, not making a noise. He's a really good dog. So if you are a retired person or a family that wants a calm, like to see if pets will work in your home, this would be the dog to do that. There's 3 other dogs. You can call. You can actually message Holly Cox on Facebook, or you can message us, and I'll give you the information that you need. But he's been a super sweetheart. He's just very loving. So, and he's getting used to. He loves car rides. I will tell you all that. He loves car rides. He don't like being left in the car, but he loves car rides. So, but if you are interested in him, please let me know. I really, I want to find him a good home, because there's no telling how many homes he's been at.
Well, that's one of the things about, especially this part of the world. I'm blessed to have animals at my house,
Yes.
but I live on a farm, and we've taken in several drop-offs.
Right.
And it's sad to see that these animals, especially this time of year, it's the weather's starting to drop.
Get cold.
And speaking of the weather, I think we're going to go ahead and tell.
Yes, from Reddick Brown Ford.
It looks like today's high is going to be 42 with gradually clearing, and tonight it should be mostly clear with a low of 20.
Oh, no.
Tomorrow we should have sunshine and a high of 39, and then the low will drop down to 26, and then showers on Sunday with a high of 48 and a low of 36.
There you go.
And there were some vague reports about snow in Cookeville.
So who knows? Maybe we might get lucky enough to get a dusting by Monday.
Maybe.
And then Tuesday, no school. Which I'm saying that for the kids, not for the adults. Okay. I feel like this has been the longest break ever. I told this to Brian yesterday, and I will tell you this. And again, I know that the flu and the cold and RSV have been running rapid, a stomach bug, some other stuff. This unknown, it's not the cold, it's not the flu, it's not COVID, it's none of these things. And they're just sending people home and saying, take your over-the-counter top medicine and drink or eat your soup, drink your salt, drink plenty of liquids, wash your hands. But I'm telling you guys, the past 2 weeks, it has been going through our house. And luckily, I haven't got it yet. And my husband got like the nasal congestion part of it. But again, when cold weather comes, there's ways to prevent, or to keep you as safe as possible. You can't stop everything, but you can go back on our Facebook post. Melody actually got found something through her doctors, and she shared that on our page. And so if you guys want to, get some tips or just refresh yourself on what to do, make sure you check that out. But the biggest thing, and I'm going to put him down because he will go back to his bed. That's the good thing about him. Yeah, he'll go back. Yeah, see? He knows. That's his safety area. But washing your hands is very important. And if you go to restaurants and stuff, and I know you're like saying, Kelly, stop it, about washing hands, but it is. Washing hands is like very important. But most restaurants and most places have like their doorknobs, are at the bottom where you can open with your foot. Mm-hmm. So you don't have to touch the handle. But if they don't, just use your wash rag or your dry rag to open up the door. I mean, it's that easy. It's that simple.
I use my sleeves. If I can pull my sleeve
See?
down to where I can.
Same.
Yeah, that's a really big point. Transmission is one of the biggest things that we can help out. Now, if you don't know that you have it, or if you don't know that you're a spreader, you don't know. But first signs of any type of illness, whether it be temperature, stuffiness, things like that, try to limit your contact with folks, and that will help out a lot with the transmission, because really that's the big thing. If we can let these things pass on their own without spreading them to more folks,
it's the big one.
So,
but with that said, it has been a jam-packed show. We talked about New Year's. We talked about resolutions. We talked about Christmas. We talked about the amazing, outstanding, talented we have in the community. We've talked about the shooting that happened, unfortunately, on New Year's night. We've talked about the upcoming things, legal wise for our district attorney, Chris Stanford. There has been so much more going on, but I want everybody to know that with this new year, what I have decided to do for myself is, that's fine. You do your work, David. You're fine. But I tell this to everybody, find your worth, find find your sparkle, because if you can find that, whether it's yourself or you find it in someone, hold on to that and just go for the ride and see where it's going to take you, because we will only work better together and not separated.
Yes.
And instead of getting mad at, because unfortunately, it's like the movie. There's the good, the bad, and the ugly. And we can't have it all good all the time. And we can't, it has to be a crazy mix of, I hate to say it, but what was it there? It's from the movie Christmas, National Lampoon's Vacation. We're a crazy bunch of nuts. I'm not going to say the exact term. But, at the end of the day, we're still all family. We're still all human. We put our pants on the same. We brush our teeth the same, And don't forget, there are people are in need of prayer right now. I say this again. Please be in prayer for Greg Rigsby as he's trying to recover. Because, I would just hate to see somebody lose their life.
Oh, goodness. We don't know what went on at the scene.
No, we will never know.
Those details will come out as they come out. But as a community, as a whole, we need to pray for each other.
Yeah.
We need prayer. One of the things that I've seen on these Facebook, I can go down a rabbit hole real quick with the shorts.
100%, yes.
But, praying for your spouse, praying for your children, praying for the people in the community. If you look at the obituaries, there's several folks. I have a family member that just passed here recently. And so shout out to them. We love you guys.
Yes. And speaking of that, you can keep going, but we were going to talk about, I wanted to give some shout out love to James Clark and the Warren County Joy page.
Yes.
He made a post, speaking of people that passed. He did if y'all didn't see this, he did a phenomenal post about the movers and the shakers that we have lost in this community. And if you have not seen it, and I know I shared this a while back, but I thought, oh my gosh, this is just something that we all need to talk about. But remembering those we lost in 2024. And if you haven't, I'm not going to name everybody's name, but he made an amazing write-up about them. And I just absolutely loved it. So I wanted to give him a shout out. And then, of course, the other big thing that we lost, but again, a great man at the age of 100. You can say it. Go ahead.
Oh, no. President Jimmy Carter.
Yeah.
One of the great things about Carter is, even with his presidency, he was a one-term presidency, and it was very rough. Reagan wound up winning the next election, but I think Jimmy Carter did more after being president than he ever did being president.
He didn't stop doing what he did best.
No, and one of his things is he just loved people.
Yeah.
And he was a great servant of God. He loved his God and he loved his community, and he never stopped. And that's one of the things. It doesn't matter where we are in life, whether we're on this side of the screen or the camera, or if we're out in the community, we're still a community and we can still help each other out. And we're your friends and neighbors. That's what we want to really convey, is that we're all in this together, and that we can love each other and pray for each other. So 100%. Thank you, President Carter,
for all the service you've done.
We know where you are, and you're more alive than we are right now. So God bless you.
Exactly.
Another big news, it's pulled up, is Mr. Barry Dishman is retired, and we want to thank Barry for everything that he's done for this community, not just with the judicial system, but with kids in the community, and being just a great humanitarian for our community. So thank you, Barry Dishman, and your years of service. And we know that's not the end, but now we'll have you more at kids.
Yes.
So that's exciting.
I didn't know. So he is still going to be hand in hand with Kids of the Community. Yes.
That's his organization.
Okay. I didn't know how that worked.
So
And then before we get off, because we got to set all the tables back up before they start opening up business here at Tops. I need to pull this up right quick, Brian. I did a Would You Rather challenge.
Oh, yeah.
Did you see that?
I did see that.
Okay. And I, honest to God, did not realize how much, I don't want to say, were people bored? I don't know.
People loved it.
People loved it. And I say to myself, you never know what you're going to get. And so I am going to pull, okay, so we have 141 entries.
All right.
So I have this thing on Safari. Oops, that's wrong. And it's going to randomly select numbers. Now I'm going to select 3 lucky winners that's going to get 3 gift cards, which I'm actually going to get them today.
Okay.
Just to make sure. But I also want to say a shout out to the Vanilla Bean for saying no matter what, even if you didn't pick them, they was going to give you a gift card for a hot cocoa.
Oh,
So with that said, I am going to start generating numbers right off the bat. And I wish I had. Do you have a pen? I know if you don't, they do back there. Before I do this, because I want to make sure I write down these numbers, and then I got to go back and count, and then I will post later who is going to be the big winner chicken dinner. So we had 141 entries. So here is the first 3 numbers, and then I'm going to go back after we get done with the show, count them down, and figure out who's what. So the first number is going to be 108.
108.
And then the second number up, number 30.
Number 30.
And then the last one, 137. Now that's the first round. And I'm going to do a second one in case, because you had to meet the certain requirements in order to get this. You had to answer all the questions, would you rather. You had to like our post, share the post, and tag 5 friends. Now, if you did not do one of those, you're disqualified. I'm sorry. That's how I play. I'm a rule follower.
That's the rules.
Yeah. If we didn't have rules, there would be chaos.
There would be chaos.
So, and again, I'm just doing the numbers right now so everybody knows. The next number up, if one of these don't work out, is 107.
107 is an alternate.
And the next alternate is number 54.
54.
And then the 6th one is going to be 47.
47.
So again, I will be looking these numbers up as we call this a day. It has been another fabulous outing. I do have some exciting news because when I talk to people and I feel motivated about something, I initiate it really hard. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, we're going to have another young person on Monday's show.
All right.
To talk about her travels to Greece.
All right.
That's a little hint. I haven't heard back from her dad yet.
Well, I saw him.
Yeah, he's
walk
busy
across
today.
The street.
Everybody's going back to
Hint,
work.
hint.
Yeah. So, but hopefully we can have her on Monday's show. And then there's a lot of other talented kids. I was going to try to get the middle schoolers maybe if they wanted to come on Monday's show.
Oh.
Because I really want to say this, and Brian can, piggyback on this and fill in what I don't say. But we not only do we have movers and shakers like me and Brian that still are in this community thriving, but we also have some very young, talented individuals that do not get highlighted, and they should, because they're going to be the ones that may be replacing one of us in the future. Like I talk about Hunter Raines that started the Warren County Emergency Notifications page.
Mm-hmm.
He's been, as he was joking, and his grandma Juju, I think was her name. She let me call her that. He's had a police scanner ever since he was in 5th grade.
Oh, wow.
So, and then we just got talking with Emma. She's been playing the flute since she was in 5th grade. It's, again, whether you started in 5th grade, whether you started whenever, if you are a young, talented artist, whether that's acting, singing, poetry, book writing, playing the instruments, whatever the case may be, we want you to talk about it. Show us your traits. Show us what you have, because we have so many talented people.
Oh, that we do. And, the more we invest in the community, the richer this community is going to be.
100%.
And so if we can find these young people, encourage them. Look, guys,
Mm-hmm.
I got to talking with Miss Robin Curry,
Yeah.
Emma's mother, and they were so excited. They were elated to be on here because no one knew.
Yeah.
No one really knows unless you're in the band culture and know
Yeah.
exactly what's going on.
I didn't know about it till y'all made me aware of it.
Well, I didn't know about it until her dad was telling
See?
us about it, and that was
See?
just, just like I said, it was a God thing.
It was a God thing.
So we need to celebrate these young people. We need to encourage them. If they leave and go off, they need to carry McMinnville with them.
Yeah.
Because and the greater Warren County, because
Mhm.
we are great together.
We are.
But we just gotta remind ourselves that we can't get caught up in all the mess that goes on.
Right.
We don't want to drag our young people under with that.
No.
So this is a great platform to encourage people and to
Lift
encourage.
up.
And so, folks, if you know somebody who needs to be recognized, please shoot us
Yeah.
a text or email.
Let us know, and then tell the parents, hey, give them our number, 305-0869, text, call. And I forgot to mention one more amazing star athlete that happened during the holiday break.
Oh yeah.
CJ Taylor and the Commodores, they won, meet your 18th Birmingham Bowl champions, the Vanderbilt Commodores. And I'm telling you, if you have not watched the games that were going on, I have been watching the games, and it is so exciting to see CJ at his prime. Like I told my husband, because we were watching, I can't remember who they were playing against, but I did share the clip where he did he was on defense and he did an interception
Oh yeah.
and took it. And I was like, that's Warren County. And when you see that living in Warren County and that kid was from there, and you're just like, that is a representation of us. When you see kids thriving and you move them in the right direction under the right coaches and everything, or the right people, I should say, not just the coaches, and you see them thrive, that means Vanderbilt is going to start looking at, well, that kid's from Warren County. I wonder what other talent that could be, You've got to think about stuff like that. When we are working together, when we're lifting up these young kids, they're going to be like, well, you know what? Emma's a first silver chair in this. I wonder if there's more opportunities that are being missed. Maybe we should go out and see how we can get more involved. I'm just saying we need to shine the light on our children.
Well, I tell you, and that's one of the great things. One of the first people that she mentioned was Mr. Nathan Jacobs.
Yeah.
Now, Mr. Nathan Jacobs is the middle school band director,
Yes.
and he does a phenomenal job.
Yeah.
Having two daughters that are in band currently under him right now, my children love it. He runs a really tight ship. And one of the great things about him, he is a teacher in the Warren County school system. And I've always said it, the teachers in Warren County have the greatest sphere of influence. So please support your teachers. Know who your school board representative is. Make sure that you're involved in some way, some form to help these kids, because we need more funding in the arts.
Yes.
We need more people involved. We need to do all state music, and we need to increase the amount of kids. Emma's great, but imagine if we had more Emmas.
And we probably do, but we don't know, because they're not. Are they missing? I don't know. Are they missing opportunities, or what's not being done?
Well, I guarantee you, Emma's going on a scholarship somewhere to play music, and she's going to be able to
100%.
fulfill her dream of touring around.
Yeah, that's what I was telling Chris about CJ Taylor. If I don't see that, if CJ's watching this, somebody needs to tag him. I would love to have him on the show and just talk with me. But if we do not see you make the NFL,
Oh no,
I mean,
Yeah,
come on.
he's going to be. Yeah, but we pray that we get to see him
Oh,
on
yes.
Sundays.
Yeah.
Play. That will be awesome.
I think that would just be like, it would just make my heart like I was alive to see him go that far,
But who's going to be the next CJ Taylor?
Right.
Yes!
Who's the next one?
So Warren County,
Yeah.
we're calling upon you to help us out,
Yeah.
help us find these hidden gems,
Yes.
help us to help you, and we're so blessed. We're excited about this
We
new
are.
year.
That's great. Our kids are doing great. Everything.
You've got an anniversary coming up.
I do. I have an anniversary coming up, and I also want to say this: a shout out to Layla Beatty,
Yes.
as she went to Miss Tennessee Teen, and I'm going to try to get her back on the show. She's been on our show several times. Another young, amazing lady
Awesome.
that I want to get on, and we've posted some of the stuff that Miss Tennessee Teen has shared about her and her story. But my anniversary is actually coming up. It's going to be this Sunday. that is the true anniversary. My first podcast ever was on January the 5th of last year, because I was trying to look it up, honestly, Greg, or Brian. I have stuff in my head right now. I have all these things. I want to make sure I tell you right. Yeah. So last year I did it on a Friday, and it was January the 5th. And so because I wanted to have like a weekend to like kind of think back and like, what did I do wrong? What do I need to fix? Instead of doing it and my show, I say this all the time, and I know I'm a broken record, and that is fine. But I want to tell everybody, my show could not be what it is today without you guys. Warren County has made Warren First what it is. It's not me. I am just a vessel for people to use to talk through. And that's the truth. I get emails, I get phone calls, I get text messages, I get stopped in the hallways, I get stopped in the parking lots, and people are like, we love what you're doing. And I want to tell you, the people that have come up to me and have told me, because I'm very transparent on my show, the people that have come up to me with words of encouragement, I want to tell y'all, those times that y'all have come up to me was the times that I felt, am I doing this right? Am I in the right place? God, tell me something. I feel down, like I don't think I can do this anymore. I'm doing this by myself, and I'm not necessarily doing this by myself. Let me explain this. I have Brian, I have Melody, I have Sheila. I have a whole community of circles that were like, if you need help, let me know. And I called them up, and they were like, I can do it. I have not been told no yet, except when somebody was out of town, but that is okay. That is okay. But I want to say that when people like you guys come up to me and tell me, Kelly, keep doing what you're doing, whether it's with the newsletter, the text group, the on podcast stuff that you see live, those were times when I was at my lowest with this, and y'all lift me up right out of my hole. And it has been such a blessing to be a part of this experience with you guys. Well, does that make sense?
Yeah. And Kelly, what's unique about this platform is that this is the future.
Yeah.
When the Standard has to get out news, they don't want you going online because they don't send out stuff.
They can't sell papers.
They can't sell papers if you're getting all your information online. Also with the radio station, you have to be listening to the radio to hear that information.
Yeah.
So with this, you can replay it anytime. You can
Anywhere.
see video. You can see it anywhere. Make sure that you like and subscribe to the podcast, whatever platform. It's Instagram, Facebook,
YouTube,
Spotify,
Apple, Amazon, and Audible. Yeah. Whatever you can get on.
Because when you do that, you get to help our sponsors, and the sponsors are the people who really help
keep
pay
this
the bills.
going.
Yeah,
and it's not. And again, it doesn't take a lot to run this. I want to be honest. And when I say if you want to become a sponsor, it's very easy. My packages run from anything from $50, or well, actually, it's as less as $10 a month to $250 a month. This show is not to gouge pockets. This show is to get the information out there. And if you want to be a part of this experience and be a sponsor to any one of these things that I mentioned, whether it's weather, text club, newsletter, there's so many things that in 2025, fingers crossed, I haven't been able to announce anything yet because I haven't confirmed it yet. But if I keep saying this, Brian, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be.
Oh, God's going to take care of it.
And if it does happen, y'all are going to be the first to know. I will tell y'all that for sure. But with that said, again, today has been a true blessing. Stay tuned for more stuff. We'll get back on the show, back bright and bushy-tailed. Hopefully, I will say this. I found a babysitter for my child this morning. And Walker's okay with staying at home, but baby girl is not. And if she goes back to school back on Monday, I'll be back here on Monday's show. But if not, I'll be back here on Tuesday morning, regular schedule. But if I get this interview, I'm going to make it work. But Brian, thank you so much for all that you've helped me out. I wanted to tell Melody too with the new year, but I'll get her next time.
Kelly, it has been an honor to serve with you and serve the community and get information, good information out that people need to know.
For sure. And I always say this, if you have not registered to vote, every time Brian's with me, I have to say this, please register to vote. It's super easy. Go to Go Vote TN. That's an app. You can also register online. So many ways to make sure that you're 18 and older and you can vote. because voting is a privilege and we never want to lose that.
And with the new year, check your driver's license. Make sure it's not expiring anytime soon.
100%. And if you don't have the star, I think that's the new thing, right? I think, what is it? You got to get it till next year. You have until this year. I don't know. There's a rule. We'll figure it out. But if you're doing traveling and things like that and you got to get the star, got to get the star.
Got to get the star.
But with that, take care. God bless. Enjoy the rest of your day. I love each and every one of you. I love you, Brian.
Love you. Happy New Year.
Yes, happy 2025. Let's get it going and start with a bang, guys. And remember, Warren County, I almost forgot. Keep it first.